temporary reprieve for our sausages. Well, that's if you're in Northern Ireland at least, as the proposed ban on the import of chilled meats from Great Britain to Northern Ireland has been postponed.
Yeah, it's part of the ongoing row over the Northern Ireland Protocol, and the guest we have next can tell us much more. Kate Hoey, friend of the programme, former Labour MP, now an independent peer, joins us now from Belfast. But this, of course, coming as a High Court judge rules that the Northern Ireland Protocol is lawful, so there'll be some upset where you are about that.
Well, I think obviously it's the first tranche in a court case. This is going to go on and on. We're not going to give in because one justice in Northern Ireland has ruled in this way. But can I just say at the beginning about the sausages issue? Isn't it amazing that we're actually almost saying how wonderful it is that the European Union has deigned to allow people in Northern Ireland to bring in sausages from another part of the United Kingdom? It's just ludicrous. And this is only a temporary sort of tempering, very, very much tinkering. But in terms of the court case, it was very significant because, yes, we did lose. But what the judge actually said was, as we have been saying all along, that the protocol has actually broken Section 6 of the Act of Union. But of course, he went on to say, there was implied consent within Parliament for that. Well, I sat through all these debates and the Act of Union was never once mentioned as being threatened. So we're very concerned now. It's not just about Northern Ireland. It's actually about the rest of the United Kingdom and the way specifically that this could be used at other stages. And I think there will be a lot of people in Scotland looking at this judgment and taking some, perhaps some actually being pleased about it because it helps towards the movement for independence. So I'm very annoyed for Northern Ireland people, but I think it's actually quite serious, which is why this will ultimately be tested in the Supreme Court.
Now, we both know, of course, that the EU said that the Northern Irish Protocol was utterly vital to uphold peace and to protect the Good Friday Agreement. But that's clearly not the opinion of the plaintiffs today.
No, absolutely not, because we do feel very strongly that the Belfast Agreement has in fact been breached as well, because it's ignored the East-West relationship. It was a very delicate balance. One of the numbers who were involved in the court case today was Lord Trimble, who of course was one of the two real instigators of the Belfast Agreement. And he has very clearly, when he signed up to our action, is that the Belfast Agreement has been broken. The East-West has gone, the trade relations, the sort of Act of Union was meant to make sure that there was internal market between Great Britain and Northern Ireland. That was not hindered. And of course, what has happened now, that the internal market of the European Union has become more important to, and seemingly also, our own government, because they're actually prepared to protect it, but not protect the internal market between Great Britain and Northern Ireland. So I think it's a very sad day, but also a very, very important day, because I think at last Conservative members of Parliament who voted this through and who believe themselves to be members of a Conservative and Unionist party will now see that actually what they did is one step away from breaking the union. And that's why I was pleased that the Prime Minister today, when he had just heard about the judgment, did say that he would look carefully at this. I think he needs to look a little bit more than carefully at it, because I think seriously we need that protocol to go, because people in Northern Ireland are beginning to feel that they have been completely abandoned by their own government.
Kate, I'm no constitutional lawyer, but what you're saying is that if you can chip away at the Acts of Union like this, then there's nothing to stop the SNP or others finding their own ways to do the same.
Absolutely. And, the Justice today made great play of Parliament. Parliament had spent a lot of time discussing this. Well, actually, Parliament didn't spend a lot of time discussing this. It was all rushed through very, very quickly at the very end. And understandably, because, as we all know, there were people wanting to stop us leaving the UK and leaving the EU. But we cannot allow a part of the United Kingdom to be split off because of that. And yes, it has very serious implications. And I think constitutional lawyers will now be, going over this very, very carefully. And I think that we will have our day in court again, only that will be the Supreme Court.
Kate, it's so good to see you again. Thank you very much.